Welcome, welcome. So, I am going to be talking about potions, oils, and books. So, everything that I'm going to be talking about is going to be linked in the description below. Just click on the Show More tab or the little arrow, and everything that I'm going to be mentioning will probably be mentioned below with links so you can find everything I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll wait for a few more people to arrive. So I'll start with some of these books. One of the books I've already mentioned before, so you guys probably know. But these other two books are going to be linked in my Amazon affiliate links, so y'all can go find them quick and easy. So the first book I'm going to be recommending is this book. Potions, Elixirs, and Brews, a modern witch's grimoire of drinkable spells by Anise Alexandri. If you drink alcohol, you will like this book. There's just different recipes, and it goes into how they're good for you or what type of magic you can work with certain drinks. There's natural ingredients. So they have like love potion drinks. And these are almost like cocktails. There's teas in here as well if you don't like alcoholic beverages. So there's teas. You don't have to use alcohol if you don't want. You could substitute it with something else. So I think this is a really good book for anyone who probably is looking for an easy way to work magic or create potions with the stuff that they can get most likely at a store. There's a spell in here called hater blockers, transformation potions, protection. So you have like all types of dream potions and stuff like that in here. So for an example, like there's a secure the bag spell ritual. And a lot of stuff you can get at either the grocery store or a liquor store, or just you might already have it in your home, most likely. And it goes into the different types of alcohol and what they're good for spiritually. So it will give you a brief education on all of what the alcohols, tonics, tinctures, suspension. It gives you all the background information so you know exactly what you're doing. I have made a few of these, and I can tell you, I do recommend. And I'll show you guys. I got this book a while ago, and I really like it. That's why I want to share it with you guys. And this is the author. This is the book. I do have it linked in my Amazon affiliate link that is below, with all other books and things I'm going to show you in this video. So if you want to make some type of potion to drink, elixirs to drink, you can also serve this to other people that you have over for guests, and they'll just think they're drinking a cocktail. So if you have, there's prosperity. You get some little tea, beauty potion. I want y'all to get this book because it's really fun, and y'all know like Halloween's coming up, Samhain, if y'all celebrate Samhain. Fall's coming up, and you're going to be able to have like social gatherings if you're still going to do that, and you can make some of these drinks, elixirs and potions. I do recommend. I might make one tonight, or maybe I'll save that for the weekend, or I might do one of the teas in there. So I'm definitely recommending that book. A lot of the stuff in there is going to be alcohol, herbs, spices, and a lot of stuff that you can get at the grocery store. So no need to like think you don't have all the ingredients. Okay. Next book, I really recommend this one. I've been reading this one a lot lately. This one is Essential Oils and Aromatherapy, Your Personal Guide by Marlene Houghton, PhD. And This is what it looks like. It has a chart in the back that you can also hang on your wall. It's like a little poster. It's cute. It's pink. I haven't hung it up yet because I don't know where I want to hang it. I'll hang it up in my office. But yeah, it comes with like the herbs and all the herbs and plants that they make essential oils from. So you know exactly what the herb is for. It would be something cute to have framed as well. So this is also going to be in that Amazon affiliate link. So from this, I like how this book is set up because it gives you the history of aromatherapy. It goes into the alchemy. It goes into all of the ways that oils are made. It goes into different types of oils and tells you what plants they're from, what they're good for spiritually and health-wise, how to use them, blah, 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 blah. And so it's kind of like a little hands-on reference book. And then the part that I really like is it gives you like how to blend the essential oils with other oils. And it tells you like if you want a relaxing blend to blend clary sage and lavender. For banishing colds, you do thyme, cypress, pine, and eucalyptus. So it gives you like these little medicinal blends to help with any kind of ailment that you have, so you don't have to always run to the medicine cabinet or to the pharmacy. Breathe Easy blend. You have peppermint, rosemary, pine, eucalyptus. Improving Your Well-Being blend, patchouli, geranium, jasmine. So if you're into oils or tinctures or anything like that, it will also help you to know which herbs and oils to combine to get your desired results. But definitely, I'm recommending this one. There's different ways to use oils. Like they tell you how to use it with bath. They tell you how to use these with feet and hands. Hand conditioner, compresses, diffusers. So you're going to get an education on how to use oils in every way that you possibly can. It's not going to be left up to your imagination. It's going to give you examples. It even goes into what time of day you should use certain oils if you are going to use them in the shower or the bath. So it's very, specific when it comes to how to use these oils. There's skincare. Now I'm going to tell y'all what I use on my skin because it's been working so good, and I wanted to share that with you today. So it goes into if you have dry skin, sensitive skin, oily skin, it tells you what to use. Anti-aging serum, blah 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 blah. Skin protective elixir. Then they even have a male grooming section for you men. Pre-shave oils. So if you are one of those people who think that they want to create, skincare products or natural skincare products, you could do male skincare products as well, because they do have that section in here. They have hair care, all that. They also go into seasonal aromatherapy, what's detoxing, what oils are good for certain seasons, autumn, spring, summer, winter, body systems, what oils are good for your circulatory system. So it's really, really extensive. It goes into the male reproductive system, the female reproductive system, goes into ancient oils for love and attraction. So you're going to get some little potions up in here as well in the back for your romantic needs. And then you get magical blends as well. So then you have a little glossary back here and an index. So, and of course you get your poster of all the essential oil herbs. So I definitely think y'all should get this because it's helped me so much. I'm gonna show y'all what it has helped me create for my own personal use. So this is something that I've created with partial knowledge from that book and partial knowledge from just my own mind or what I've learned before. So this is something that I spray on my skin to keep me from breaking out and to keep my skin moist, and also as an anti-aging way to anti-age. I'm going to give y'all the secret ingredients, so get y'all's pens ready. Okay. And you can also, also use this as a refresher and as a setting spray for my makeup. Okay, so y'all ready? Okay. So what I have in here is rose water, just a little bit. I have peroxide, like the rubbing peroxide that you buy at the pharmacy in the little brown bottle. I have some of that in there. I have a little bit of lemon toner. You can use any type of toner you like, just a little bit. And then I have rose oil, like rose essential oil. And then I have frankincense essential oil. And that's it. So I shake it up. This is what it looks like. And then I spray it on. This is really good because the rose water and the rose oil is really good for your skin and moisture and all that kind of stuff. The frankincense is anti-aging, antibacterial, antimicrobial. So if you have acne or any type of skin issue, it's going to clear that right up. If you are, it also helps with moisturization and being able to retain moisture so that so that your skin doesn't get dry and, pre-aged. If you have oily skin, I would suggest putting more of the toner in there. If you have dry skin, I would suggest putting less toner. So the oils can kind of do what they do. And I put the peroxide in there because it adds oxygen to your face, and anything that's antioxidant, anything that's like oxygenated also is really helpful to your skin, reducing any type of issues with your skin as far as pre-aging or damage from the elements and things like that. So this is the mix that I use. That's just for my skin and my face. I also use this as a refresher when it's really hot outside. When I took the kids to Disney World, I had this in my purse, and every time someone would get hot, I would spray their face with this because the smell and the oxygen from the peroxide, the toner, and the lemon, and the frankincense would just like be an energetic kind of like wake up and also a cooling refresher outside. But this is also what I use to like revive the children. It also helps with like teen acne. If you have teenagers, make them some of this and they will be happy. My favorite oil, 2 oils by far, are frankincense and lavender. This is my frankincense oil. And if you have like a lot of people that are sick around you and you feel like you have an itchy throat or you get like a cough, this is what you do. You put some frankincense oil. Now it's like 100%. And you breathe that into your lungs. It's antimicrobial, antibacterial. So any type of germs that's in your throat, in your lungs, in your respiratory is going to be bye-bye. Okay. You can even put it on like a little tissue or put it inside your mask if you wear a mask. But I like this method better because it's like, it goes right in there. And it's like, you don't need any, it's good for coughs. It's good for any type of like oncoming illness. If you feel like you're going to get sick or you have like an itchy throat, quickly get you some frankincense oil and do this. Yeah, do that. And then you'll be good to go. Another good oil for like muscle is like intense muscle. If you work out or if you just have achy muscles or whatever, or if the weather affects you. Lavender oil is really good for alleviating pain. So I suggest lavender for like any type of muscle aches. I know the colder weather is coming up, so it's almost like a lot of people get muscle aches when the weather changes. So get you some lavender oil, and I'd like to mix it also with my frankincense oil as well, and massage it in to whatever part of the body hurts or it's aching, or even if you just want it for relaxation, or you can put it in your bath for relaxation. Da, da, da. I do suggest lavender. Now this one doesn't smell very good. Let me see. Some lavenders, like, they're stronger than others. You got to make sure they're 100%. This is 100%. I don't think this is 100%. Stem distilled. I don't know. I have to read this one. But I have some other lavender oil downstairs. I just have this one up here. I like to get big bottles of them. So you can order them online on Amazon. I do have some linked on my Amazon affiliate. And I refill my smaller bottles with the big bottles that I get with the little dropper. And I always have some lavender oil on hand, and some lavender buds. I like to put them in little sachets and put them in my bathtub, or just sprinkle them in the bathtub. But I got tired of cleaning out the bathtub from all the little sprinkle stuff in there, so I started putting them in like a cloth and tying them up and making it like a tea for the bath. So I have also like lavender, rosebuds, basil. You can actually use the plants, because when you steep them in the hot bath water, the oils are going to come out anyway. So if you don't have a lot of essential oils on hand, but you do have the actual herbs, you can also make a tea type of a sachet and put in your bathtub to get those effects as well. Or you can boil it first and then pour the actual tea in the bath. So, yeah, you can use them in diffusers, humidifiers, whatever you like. I prefer just putting them directly onto my skin, or in a bath, or in like a spray. I do also like to put them in candles when I'm burning candles, like some of the oils, or wax burners. I like to add a little oil to the wax so that you can smell it. If you don't have an oil diffuser, if you just have a wax burner, you can also just add some of the oils to your wax. So definitely do that. A lot of oils you can use in spell work, because a lot of these oils have correspondences, like what planet they're associated with, what gods or whatever they're associated with. So if you are doing some type of working, and incorporating some type of essential oil to bring in some of those different energies, you can also use them for like invoking or evoking different elements, spiritual elements. So just do your research before you start using different oils in your spell work. It's really easy. All you got to do is type in planet correspondence to whatever lavender, and then something will come up and it'll tell you, oh, this is representing a da, da, da. So might as well just do your research before you do any type of working. If you already know these things and you're just like, oh, I know all these things already, great. But a lot of people tend to just say, oh, I'm going to just mix all this stuff up and see what happens. I mean, that's a good way to do it. But knowing both ways is cool too. That way you can purposely do whatever you're trying to do and aim it in a certain, direction. So that's what I recommend. I have so many essential oils and different crystals, and you can make your own oil blends, like crystal, like put the little crystals in the bottle as well to also give it a different type of energy. So, there's no limits. So just have fun, be creative with all of your workings and things like that. And since cold and flu season is coming up, I definitely recommend getting your essential oils now so that you are being able to use preventative care. So I don't know if you guys are still required to wear masks where you're from, but if you are, put some put some frankincense. You can also put myrrh too, because myrrh also boosts your immune system. Put some frankincense. You can also put myrrh in your mask so that whenever you're walking around, you're getting that aromatherapy through your mask, and you don't have to smell your own breath, or it won't be so unpleasant to sit there and wear a mask if you have to. Um, I remember I put some lavender in one of my masks and some clary sage, and Sasha had to borrow it or something like that, and she said, "Ooh, it smells good." It's like, yeah, it's my oils. um, you also make hair products with the essential oils as well for protection reasons, for any type of reason that you feel like you need. But a lot of these oils are really good for hair care and hair growth anyway. So just research. And so definitely um, create your own products this season. I definitely recommend, because you can take a product that you already bought from the store, because this is what I do, and you can add essential oils to them to give them better properties. So, for example, if you have a face cream that you wear, add some frankincense oil to it, stir it up real good, and now you have anti aging, antimicrobial, antifungal in your face cream. So, it's added bonus and it's natural. You know, if you have shampoo, and you can add a lot of the essential oil to your shampoo and make it smell like super expensive shampoo. You know, so like for example, if you have like some regular shampoo, you can take your lavender oil and go all up in there, some coconut oil, shake it up. Now you have coconut lavender oil infused shampoo in your cheap shampoo. And what they charge for the same type of shampoo with all these essential oils and upgrades, you basically just create it. So make your own products instead of, just using what's over the counter. Enhance them with all the stuff that you already have. Yeah, you can put rosemary in there. Yeah, I used to do that. I remember, like, I used to just buy like the cheap shampoo, and I used to put like coconut oil. This is before they started infusing shampoos with oils. And I was like, my sister was like, her hair was really dry because she dyed it a lot. And so I had created this magical shampoo that had all these different oils in it. And conditioner, I put it in the conditioner too. And then they started selling it, like, because a lot of people were adding oils and stuff to their shampoo because they weren't offering those type of shampoos until they caught on, and then the industry started doing it. So this was long, long, long ago. Um, hmm Oh yeah, and of course everyone knows about tea tree oil, good for nail fungus, feet, itchy scalp, itchy whatever. So if you want to put some tea tree oil in a mixture like this and spray it on your feet, like for athlete's foot with like peroxide and stuff like that, give it to your husband if he got nasty athlete's feet. I don't know. Or your son if he's like athletic and does sports in high school, make them their own anti-foot fungal spray. This is in a glass jar. I prefer glass because like the oils may eat up on the plastic, but I'm not sure. A lot of the oils sometimes are, a little bit, I don't know, but I think glass is best for working with essential oil. Even if you get like a darker tinted glass, or just keep it in a cool place. But I definitely recommend making natural stuff. hmm Don't forget to dilute it because that's how you made your hair fall. Yeah, this is more for my face. If you do it for hair, definitely dilute it with some like leave-in conditioner or something like that. Or water. Definitely. So, mhm. Oh, and I do have like for you guys who shop at the Dollar Tree, because y'all know that's one of my stores. Even though they're not dollar anymore, like they've gone up to stuff that's up to $5 now. But they do have this really good lavender oil, and it's called Aroma Guru, and it's actually some really good quality lavender oil. If you're looking for like a cheap but good quality, because I think they even sell it on Amazon. Check out your Dollar Tree. They do have some oils, and they also have the rollerball oils that are good for aromatherapy. Just keep in your purse. So check those out too if you are out and about. And plus you can reuse the bottles, which is what I really like. Like when they come in glass bottles, you can reuse them, refill them, and all that kind of stuff. And they're already tinted. So yes, I have to make a Dollar Tree run too. I try not to shop there as much as I used to, but they have so much good stuff there now, especially bottles and stuff like that, and oils. So you can really clean up there. So the last book that I'm going to mention, I have recommended this book before. Spear Conjuring for Witches. This book is really good if you are seeking downloads, knowledge, information, guides, how to call them in and how to release them, how to invoke, how to evoke. So this is really good for also realizing, how much power you have in the process, depending on how you think. Because when I was reading this book, it's almost as if you get a choice. And this might just be me looking too deeply into it as usual. But you have a choice on how to perceive certain things, whether you're going to perceive it from a higher or a lower perspective. I'm always perceiving it from either the higher perspective or the same perspective as anything mentioned as higher. You know what I'm saying? So that's the perspective that I get. So whatever book you do read, whether it's working with spirits or just doing spell work, some people do not want to work with spirits. They just want to, do their own thing. But if you are ready, this book I do recommend. It's by Frater Barabbas. And I do have this linked in that Amazon affiliate link. Just scroll down through all my stuff and you'll see all the stuff that I actually recommend. And this book should be there. It's on Amazon. So I definitely recommend. So I don't, what you saying? Your mom knew women who specialized in practices to keep certain things away that she feared or lacked understanding of. When we were kids, it worked temporarily. You said it worked temporarily. Well, if you don't fear anything, see, that's the thing. Like, the more you learn, the less you fear. If you don't really fear too much or fear anything, and you see it from a perspective as, there's nothing to fear, then you're not going to attract those things, and you're not going to even try to conjure or work with those type of energies. Temporarily, like if you come from a mindset, or you have a mindset of temporary, doesn't mean anything if time does not exist to you, or you can control the time. So temporary could also be permanently. It's like it's in your mind, it's your perspective. So you have to have the perspective before you start doing this. If you don't have a perspective and you scared and you fear stuff, and you're viewing this in a lower perspective, don't do it. If you like me and don't care, be like, whatever. I'm the baddest thing out here. And if I ain't, I will be. And if I wasn't, I am, and I always was. And they just forgot. I will make it up until it's true. So that's the mindset. You have to come from a higher perspective, never from a perspective of fear or lack or being controlled. You stay in the control and you command. If you don't command, then something commands you. Okay. They're threatening because you don't want the rapper you like. What? Who's threatening? At what age did you start feeling like an adult? Also, have you ever gone into an adult? I still don't feel like an adult. What's an adult? I don't, you know what? Like I said, you don't put labels on anything. You just be. If I need to be an adult, I'll say I'm an adult. If I need to be this way, I'll say I'm this. It doesn't matter. I feel as if labels are not necessary unless they are needed to accomplish something, and then they can be removed once again. So what? They're threatening because you don't want the rapper I like peace and Poppy and a multi-millionaire. I prefer quiet money over chaos. LOL. They're trying to do they little hoodoo. Like not. I don't know if that's a rap or just something that don't make sense. What oils do you recommend for baths? Oh, I like lavender for baths. I use basil, lavender. I did put some frankincense oil in a bath I took recently. So I put whatever I want the bath to accomplish, which is why I said y'all should get this book, because it helps you figure out what types of oils are for what. It also has different baths in here, just as an example. And then you can start to create your own once you see how it's done. And then you can create your own baths. And, I like to use different ones every time or whatever I need them for. So it varies. I do use crystals. I use crystals. I use coral. I use seashells. I use a lot of stuff. I use everything. Shoot. You might be surprised. So it depends on what the purpose of the bath is. It's mundane / muggle, then put whatever. But if it's a spiritual bath, then I have to look up the correspondence that support your. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I said earlier in the video. Definitely look up the correspondence if you're trying to accomplish something, because you might put something there accidentally that you weren't trying to bring in. Especially if you are working with spirits or conjuring spirits or whatever like that. You don't want to put the wrong oils in there if you're trying to conjure or evoke or invoke any type of energies. So make sure you do go on Google and put in correspondences, spiritual correspondence, magical correspondence for basil oil, lavender oil, whatever oils you're using or plants you're using in your bath. If you are not to that level yet and you're just using it for the aromatherapy, then keep that in mind and don't think about the other part of it. So that stays just on the mundane, muggle aspect, because it does cross a barrier. It does cross a line when you start thinking magical and spiritual purposes of oils versus aromatherapy and like that. So make sure when you're wanting just a quote unquote muggle bath, don't think about it. Just like, I just want it to smell good and I want to relax. But when you're taking a bath for spiritual purposes, do your work. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, Definitely recommend doing your work. Also, record or write down your baths and the oils and stuff that you used and their correspondences and what purpose that you are taking the bath for, and write it down, and as to how you felt before the bath and maybe how you feel after the bath, if it worked or not, if you're seeing results, and you can keep that, in your little record. Or y'all can go to my Level Up Cosmetics / stationery store and get you one of these Level Up Coven magnetic blank books to record all your magical workings in. You can use this as a dream journal, a magical correspondence journal, spells, tinctures, oils, whatever. Get more than one, okay? And it does have like this little marker in there, this little cauldron at the bottom. So y'all definitely get this. It's well worth it. Very well made, high quality journal. So I do recommend. I carry 2 of these with me because I use one for just writing, and then I'll use another one for like an actual magical journal. Yeah, it does make a cute book of shadows. Okay. Definitely recommend you guys getting one. So like, you'll probably saw this on my Instagram, but I like sit in the park and draw, and I write in here. I have like little notes and stuff. A tree yesterday. I use it as a sketchbook, a journal, notes. I'm also like my plans for if I'm going to do some type of research or whatever. I don't know. I like to keep records because I definitely want, if one of my kids or someone wants to know exactly what I did and how I did it, I have it, so they have it. You know, like what was my mom doing? Let's see, here you go. Look, see what I was doing in 10 years ago. Because it's easy if you just, you don't have to sit there and explain it to someone. You're just like, here, see what I was doing 10 years ago when I was your age, or 20 years ago when I was right here. Take this look. You don't have to sit there and tell somebody something that they're not going to listen to. If they want it, there you go. So it's also something that you could pass down to your kids. And if they ever, because kids often come around later on and be like, hey mom, remember you used to make those oils and stuff like that? Well, how did you do it? Here you go. You remember that stuff you used to spray in my face? What was that? Here you go. So just keep them for your family or your kids or just yourself. Or, maybe one day you want to write a book like these ladies. Oh, shoot. And make your own little spell book or potion book or oil book or whatever. All you got to do is put it in some type of order and upload it, and there you go. Never know. You think being spiritual or being interested in occult passed down, or just something that you randomly are attracted to? I don't know, because I think at one point all people, are introduced to the occult in some form or fashion, whether they realize it or not. It may just be in disguise, like religion or whatever job that they do for a living. So a lot of people are introduced to it unknowingly, and they participated in it whether they know it or not. And then some people look and seek and participate in it on purpose. So I feel that It could be both. It could be inherited, and it also could be just the answers that people give you are not good enough and you seek more. There's deeper meanings to things. And so that's what you look for, because it seems like there's something missing almost. So a lot of people are attracted to that aspect of it and not just attracted to it just because they feel like something is missing or that there's more that's not being explained. It's like, okay, yeah, there's more to it than that. Maybe their conscious is more broad and that they see more, and so that they want to learn more of the occult. I think being a mother, you make being a mother almost worth it. That sounds like it's almost worth it. Passing down your genius and art to your descendants sounds fabulous. Yeah, and even if you don't have kids, you can always write a book, like I said, and pass it down to everyone else and make money off of it. So, you don't have to be a mother, you could be an author. How do you make your spells more powerful? Write them as if they already work or have worked. For example, if you're going to write a spell, have a special pen. That's why I sell these special pens. These fountain pens, it's almost as if it's flowing from above, like knowledge flowing from above. It doesn't have to be a fountain pen. Just get any pen you like. Just a special pen for you. And what you use to write all of your magical, spiritual things. That's going to give it power automatically. And then have a sacred space or a sacred routine that you do when you write your spell work, or when you get in the mood to do that. Like maybe light a candle, sit in your favorite spot, play some nice music, get your favorite pen, and write the spell work as if it has already worked. So basically, for example, if you have a spell for like prosperity, or you could write something like 100% successful prosperity spell, or you could write something like spell that brings in money for sure, and write the spell as if it already works. Okay, that way every time you go back to read it or perform it in your mind, it's already worked. It's 100% done. That's how you make it more powerful. You can also add certain ingredients to speed it up or put more energy into it. The oils also have a lot of energy because they are the essence of the plants. So like rose oil, any type of cinnamon oil has a lot of heat energy, cinnamon oil, and then rose oil also helps things rise faster. It's like one of the highest vibrating oils. A lot of people like to put coffee in some of their spell work to speed it up. Blah, 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 blah. I know dragon's blood incense, when you burn that with any other incense, if you're doing any type of spell work with incense, will also, make that spell work more powerful. So use that. But what I always say is write, whatever you write and you read is going to be subconsciously supplanted in your mind, and you're definitely going to see the results. So when you write the spell work, 100%, success rate spell work. And when you read that and you perform that spell, it's already there in your mind. Done. Okay. Also breathe, like take deep breaths when you're writing and doing your spell work, and don't be so tense, don't be so worried, don't do your spell work in a state of anger or worry or lack. Do your spell work when you don't need to do your spell work. Okay? And I tell people this all the time. Don't do prosperity spell when you're broke. Do it when you just got paid or when you get money, because you're in the frequency of receiving and having and getting money already. So you're just going to amplify that frequency and make it even bigger. So don't do spell work as a reaction. Do it as a cause. Do it as a way to continue, I think many people don't realize that when they turn to like doing spells and stuff, they shouldn't do it for the wrong reason. They should do it just like, people get up in the morning and they eat breakfast and they drink coffee and they do or tea or whatever, not because they're starving to death and they're hungry and they haven't eaten in days, but because they know they're going to get hungry later, and so they're just going to go ahead and eat now, so they're not hungry and distracted later on. So basically, preparation spell work. All spell work should be preparation. In my opinion, just like most medical care should be preventative instead of, oh no, this happened. Unless it's an emergency and like accident, you couldn't help it. But definitely preventative spell work is better. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, you said or use a deity. Right. Yeah, there's a fine line between deity and also, like I said, perspective. Deity and alter ego. Whichever one you feel like you need, that's what you use. Like some people always want to be under a deity. Some people say, well, I am like the deity, so that's my alter ego. Depending on your perspective, that's how you're going to use that quote unquote deity. Um, I don't like authority, so I go for the alter ego aspect of deity. At least you're on the same level, authority or above or something like that. Yeah, if you did, if you're if you're just up there chilling with no type of you better do this, if things are da, 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 but I prefer alter ego. Why? Because it's as if you are able to access the knowledge of such deity instead of depending on such deity. um So, a lot of people will always try to bring psychology into things. Y'all can, okay, psychology and the occult, they're not going to mix. Okay? You cannot mix the two. You can't take psychology and then take someone who practices magic and the occult and try to analyze that. You're not going to be able to do it. Because these people want to always label and analyze stuff and say, oh, you have multiple personalities, you have this. No, I'm working with deities. I am a deity. I'm conjuring spirits. I'm mixing oils. What you call over there, you trying to label, we on a whole other level over here. Okay? You behind. Catch up. So, right. You have like people that are constantly trying to, oh, you have this disorder. No, I work with magic, baby. Take it or leave it. You want to learn? Shut up and sit down, or go analyze someone else, darling. You said, what about Kanye West's performance? Was it a ritual? Of course it was. Everything in the music industry is a ritual. Duh. um, yeah, everything, Frenchie, everything is a ritual in the music industry. Yes. If you are interested in that Kanye performance ritual, I actually have a Patreon called Decode with Ashira or Decode like Ashira or something like that. And it is linked below in my description bar, where I actually type out and break down everything a little bit at a time so that you can see what's happening. Do I have oil that helps with procrastinating and being lazy? The best oil, I mean, if you don't have energy, get something that's very energetic, like a citrus oil. Like here's like orange, any type of orange or bergamot oil or lemongrass oil. I'll say lemongrass oil will give you that energy. And I like lemongrass. I like lemongrass oil for energy, and also it's good for protection, also good for conjuring. It's good for everything. So I would say mix some lemongrass with some something that gives you more energy, another citrus oil maybe, and just use that. Also take some vitamins, like some vitamin B12, that always gives you energy. And for procrastination, I'm I know what it's like to procrastinate. I see people procrastinate all the time. My best my best advice is, why are you procrastinating? Do you not really want to do whatever it is that you're doing? Is there a better way to do whatever you're procrastinating about? And can you make whatever that is fun or magical or spiritual in some sort of way so that you don't want to procrastinate on it anymore? Mhm. You said rosemary will stimulate the brain. Pine, rosemary, citrus oil, lemongrass, eucalyptus, mint. All of those are good for mental stimulation. Um, Also, like you could put it in your hand wash, your soap. You can put it in your face soap when you wash your face in the morning. Um, that way it's automatic and you don't have to sit there and think about, oh, I need some oils. Put it in your stuff already. Like when you go to wash your hands, it's already in your hand soap. When you go to wash your face, it's already in your face soap. It's in your moisturizer. It's in that shampoo. It's in your car as air freshener. You know, you don't have to sit there and think about it, because a lot of people will forget, oh, I need my oils, and then they'll be running late trying to find some oils to sprinkle on. Just put it everywhere already. Make, like, incorporate it into your everyday life in some sort of way. Put it like in your wax burners. They even have scent lockets now, which you can put like a little cotton ball or like a little cotton felt thing in there and put some oils on it and put in a locket with like ventilation in it, and you can just smell it all day. I have one of those. So definitely put it in everything and you'll be fine. Even if you just put some in your hair, you walk around, even in your wig, whatever, you just smell it throughout the day. Okay. You can also actually put it on the pages of your books. Because, like, if you take a spray bottle and, like, put a little alcohol in it, rubbing alcohol, and some of your oils, and you could just lightly spray your book like this. When you open it, you're going to have that oil in there. It's going to smell good. And since there's an alcohol base, it's not going to be like all oily and gross on your paper so you can't write. Or you can do it on the back page where you're not going to write, just to have like that scent. So when you open your book up to write, you get that oil, essential oil smell, whatever you want. hmm Um, there's certain oils that they do recommend you to put carrier oils with, because, like, if you rub your eye, or it could be your skin could be sensitive to it. I would use coconut oil or like almond oil or something like that as a carrier oil. Or some people use grapeseed oil, just whatever. Um, yeah, yep. And I know a lot of people do like scrapbooking and stuff, and they have like the little inks and dyes that they use to spray their books and make them look like old and tattered and stuff. Throw some essential oils in there too, so it has a smell. Like, I have one that, like, a spray oil, or no, it's ink, and it actually smells like chocolate. They have flavored or scented inks now that you can use for like your fountain pens or your dipping pens or your like quills, and they actually smell like different scents. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said you only asked about VMAs because the emotional conspiracies talked about Chloe taking on Sasha Fierce, and I just rolled my eyes to that. It seems about Madeline, and like, trust me. Honestly, Everybody knows in order to be super famous in the music industry, you have to wear a leotard and twerk everywhere and be half naked. If y'all want to call that Sasha Fierce, that's what y'all call it. But I just call it industry after auto tune. Honestly, if you really want to talk about that, like 1997 was the year that auto tune was created, and it was also the year that you saw talentless people. And I'm not saying she's not talented because she is, but she definitely put her true talent on a back burner in order to try to be on the famous level of an iconic pop star. So, mm, y'all go back before 1997, y'all see people look a lot different than they look now. Like, you don't really have to know how to sing anymore. You just have to follow the formula. I don't call that Sasha Fierce. I call that the music industry after auto tune. Okay. Um, I think the Sasha Fierce is the alter ego that, like, when you get up on a stage, it's like when you go to karaoke and you've been drinking and you get up and sing the song that you would never get up and sing a song in public in front of anyone unless you're drunk. That could be Sasha Fierce too. Or when you put on a certain costume or a leotard or a pair of high heels, you transform. Just like when you find someone who dresses in drag and they put that wig and them heels on, and all of a sudden they're a diva. It's the same thing. It's a way of actually evoking or invoking some type of energy that gives you the permission to wild out. Some people don't need the permission. That's how they born. They're like, I don't care. I'm just gonna do what I do. I don't got to name it nothing. And some people need that permission because they have to be two different types of people on stage and off. Oh, somebody sent me some money, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They sent it to my Cash app. Thank you, Patrina. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So yeah, you have to, either you don't give yourself permission, except for when you get on stage, and you turn it off once you get off stage. That's your stage alter ego versus when you get off. So that's what I think it is. You said Sasha Fierce is the uninhibited version of ourselves. Exactly. Like sometimes that version of ourselves needs to also be seen. But I mean, if you keep doing this over and over, it's not a surprise anymore. It's like, okay, we already know the formula, what you got to do in order to be popular in the music industry as a lady, a female singer. So it's kind of like, oh, I sing, because you know how a lot of people they start off with the true talent. They sing, they do this, but that's not enough anymore. And so it's just like when, like if you go to school for a certain thing and then you start to work in that industry, it's not like you thought it was going to be. There's more obstacles than you had intended to face. And it's a whole nother story once you get out into the real world. So, if you've been an artist for so many years and you haven't reached the level that you want to reach, then you try something different. It could fail, people could laugh, or it could work. But if so many people have already done it, I feel that doing something totally opposite would definitely be a better method. Mm-hmm. I definitely liked Rihanna's dress at the Met Gala. It's like a lot of people wore black, and I've been wearing a lot of black lately. I think black is a very powerful color, and I think a lot of people are, realize that now. Definitely, I saw that Kim Kardashian outfit. Like, I'd wear that to the funeral. Okay. But I think people would talk. She was waiting for the funeral. Look at that outfit. So I'll have to wear something that doesn't look like I was waiting for a funeral. But y'all know, like, um, it's very fashion forward. Mm-hmm. So she said Kim came in looking like a Dementor. She sure did. I liked Rihanna's outfit though. It was very classy and high fashion at the same time. She always gets it right, yes. Um, man, I really like Rihanna. She's very smart. Like y'all study her. She's she know what she doing. She know what she doing. Um, you said it was very fitting for the occasion of mourning her marriage. You learned how to do your first spell from me? Oh, and it was a video I did with the Archangel Michael candle and cinnamon. I would love to send you a gift box from Rarity Essentials. Oh, that's so sweet. Sprinkle, sprinkle, girl. Um, I don't know if I'm still accepting things, but you can definitely leave the information in the permanent comments and like, or your email or something, or your website, and I'll definitely get back with you. Or you can write me on my Etsy store, which is linked there. There's a place where you can write me, and I'll look into that. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate that. Okay, did you make statements with your fashion? Do I make statements with my fashion? Um, Sometimes. But I really go anywhere to show off my statements or my fashion. But I do. I try. Sometimes I don't. I just throw on something that's comfortable, and sometimes I do. It just depends on my mood. Like I was actually gonna wear a velour black tracksuit, or I don't know, tracksuit set. Then I realized I don't have any shoes to go with it, and I would have to wear some combat boots, which would look stupid. So I just wore jeans and this top and my boots. I have heels, but it's like nasty weather, so I'm not gonna wear them. Hmm. Um, but I definitely, if I had places to go and people to, to impress, I would definitely be making fashion statements, guys. ASAP Rocky is Rihanna's handler. He sent her after that billionaire to bring the money home. I don't think he's her handler. He is more like her assistant. Okay, don't get it twisted. Sprinkle, sprinkle, the goddess. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle, girl. Appreciate that. I think a lot of people see women from a different perspective. As you said, ASAP Rocky is her sugar baby. Y'all are so silly. I think he's more of her assistant. You know, her familiar. A familiar. Okay, that's a familiar. Not family, but familiar. Don't get it twisted. Familiar. You can have people as familiars too. You didn't know that? You said her pet. Not her pet. See, y'all, actually, I don't know if it's this book. This might have, this one talk about familiar. There's another book that I was reading that talks about familiars. But anyway, I think you should read up on familiars. They can be pets, people, um, family members, lovers, whatever. So make sure you just like do your research. That's so familiar. You know, Maleficent got a crow. A lot of witches have cats or their husbands or you know friends. Yeah, I don't know. Like some people have ex-lovers as familiars. It just depends on whatever agreement or whatever type of energy or power one has over the other or connection, you know. So if you have a connection to someone, um, a lot of times they can become a familiar spirit and bring you uh, information or knowledge from beyond or channel it or something like that. So I think he is her familiar. Honestly, that's what it looks like. Because, like, if you ever notice, she's not all up on him. She's not always all over him. She ain't never kissing him like Beyonce is all up on Jay-Z or, you know, da, da, da. She's not like trying to claim him or like taking all these like pictures with him like most celebrities do when they get into a relationship with their significant other or whatever. He's just like her familiar. Like, this is my familiar. Um, but he probably agreed to it, you know, because like who wouldn't want to be Rihanna's familiar if you get to go everywhere with her? Okay. Yeah, I think, well, never mind. Look, I'm not going to talk about what I think people's relationship is, but that's what I feel about that one. But you know, Riri does take hella pics with him, though. It's like a little publicity relationship. She won't take him seriously because he ain't easy. Because that's what he's a familiar. That's all. Hmm. I think what happened, like, I think I can relate to Rihanna a little bit because we both Pisces. But I think what happened to Rihanna is that, like, if you notice after that Chris Brown relationship, she really started changing how she approaches relationships or how her look started to change, how she started to get more tattoos, how she started to look and dress different, you know. So I feel that after that incident, it totally changed how she dealt with people and men in general. And so, like, whenever she gets into a relationship, like she got in a relationship with that billionaire, she was in a relationship with Chris Brown, and then now she's with ASAP Rocky. Um, I feel like all her relationships are strategic after the Chris Brown because I don't think she trusts men at um, to a certain extent, and I think she is only focusing on her own goals at this time. And if a man is going to help her get to those goals, she will definitely use whatever the man is offering, but she won't take them seriously. Because if you think about it, she had gone through like a very public breakup and humiliating experience. And even when she did try to get back with him, she was like shunned, and you know people were very upset with her. And so she's like, you know what? I'm just going to be about me now, and I don't care. And any man that I get with is going to be my familiar or my pet or my funds. Because she's a Pisces now. She's not like she don't play after a while. She not playing no more. She about her money and herself. um, do I think Rihanna will have children? how do we know what people have and don't have already? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't do stuff for the public eye. A lot of people do, a lot of people don't. A lot of people may, and a lot of people may not. I don't think that's our business. If they do or not. Hmm. I think like everything y'all see is not always what it is, and I think people need to realize that. And whatever you see is not always what it is. So we don't know, and who cares? That's her life. She gonna do what she gotta do, but she's definitely not taking any men publicly seriously in public. um, do I fear aging? No, I don't fear aging. I think anyone who fears anything doesn't have enough information about it or knowledge about it or anything like that. So I don't really fear it. Hmm. Right. I think people that fear aging need to do more research. Like, don't just throw in a towel. Like, some people just throw in the towel too early. Right. You say you hate Chris Brown for what he did to Rihanna? See, that's one thing. Like, I don't judge people for what they've done to people at all. Because like that's not my job. I don't hate anybody for what they did to anyone. The point, I think the point is to see from different perspectives. Um, Also to see why it was done, the age, were they under influence of alcohol, were they on drugs, da da da. It's also um, if that was meant to make her who she is today. If that would have never happened, would she be the woman she is today? Sometimes we got to think about stuff like that. Like, if she had never gone through that whole situation, would she be where she is now? Would she be a billionaire? Probably not. We gotta say, okay, well, she probably secretly thanking him because she wouldn't be who she is today. Hmm. Hmm. Am I still selling gold elixir? Yep. On my Etsy store, there's everything is fully stocked. There's gold, copper, silver, platinum, and then all the elixirs from 1 through 11. So you can get pretty much anything on there. If you do have my gold or copper elixir and you do add it to, the spray that I make for my face, it'll also help you as well because gold is really good for the elasticity of your skin. And also copper is really good for your skin too. So definitely, if you have some of that, add that to this too. I might add some. Speaking of that, um, yeah, I don't tend to judge people because what's the point? What's done is done. I'm sure they've already paid for it. I don't care. She is who she is now because of that. She's a billionaire. Everything happens for a reason, and I don't feel as if going back all those years to judge somebody is very necessary because I could care less. They don't care what you think. And so it really doesn't matter. Um, like, you don't have to like the person or like their music. You don't have to agree with them, but I say definitely don't pass judgment on other people because it closes your mind and it does not allow you to see from different perspectives that can broaden your consciousness. So what I say is like, just don't judge people. Just try to see why certain things may have happened and move on. Right. I think a lot of people who judge others um, really are trying to seek justice for something that may have happened to them in their life or to someone that they love or know. And, vicariously through judging others, you're trying to seek justice for yourself or others. That's why I don't really judge, because I feel that everything that happened to me happened for a reason, and I wouldn't be the woman that I am today if it hadn't happened. And I'm not going to put judgment on someone, because just as someone is judged, they could also judge you for something that you did too when you were younger. So I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. It makes you a better person, and that's that. Um, hmm That's why we can't judge. You can't just sit there and point fingers, because it happens for a reason, and someone could do the same to you for something that you don't really feel as if you should be judged for the rest of your life. hmm Right, and like a lot of stuff is orchestrated anyway, but who cares? I think we put too much importance on what celebrities are doing and not enough on what we're doing in our lives. Like, if you had gone through something similar as Rihanna had gone through, did you become successful afterward? Did you use whatever happened to you? Did you transmute it into something that is going to be beneficial to you? Blah, 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 blah. And I think a lot of people pass judgment because when certain things like that happened to them, they did not take those opportunities to transmute or create from them. They continue to stay in those moments and be upset. So that's why I say that's why you don't judge, because you have to move forward and make the best out of every situation. Okay, what he did for her. We care so much about celebrities. Thankfully, we're on the elevator from that. But I say that I cause. No, it doesn't matter. Here's the point: we all got an ex, or ex is, and they're no longer in our lives, and we are who we are today because they are no longer in our lives. That's where we leave it, and that's where it should stay left. Done. Like, we don't care. And I feel that, like, people use celebrities to talk about themselves. Like, you use celebrities as examples of someone or a situation that you may have been through, to speak about things without speaking about yourself. So I feel that a lot of people use celebrities for these reasons. And I feel that um, we need to focus more on ourselves. And if you're going to use the celebrities to talk about yourself, that's fine. But at the same time, if when you're judging one, you're also judging yourself at the same time. So we should do that. The moral of the story is the best revenge is your paper. That's right. And what you can create out of it. Too much pressure on us to be angels. Nobody's perfect. There's no pressure on me to be no angel. I already, because I never tried to be. Never. I don't think so. I'm just gonna be who I am. If you don't like it, oh yeah. Ain't no pressure over here. There's nothing wrong with being judgmental. Hell, even Sheer teaches that when she tells women to level up and date properly. Oh, that's just advice on how to better your life. It's not being judgmental. That's just like saying, don't do drugs, eat healthy, and da da da. That's the same thing. It's not saying, oh, I judge you for making a mistake in your past that you can't change, but your future, you can definitely have something to do with it. So it's not judgment, it's actually telling people how to create out of whatever they've been through already, how to transmute it. But y'all don't really want to go there. You can be judgmental all you want, if that's what you want to do. But at the same time, it closes your perspective of things. That's all. Do I think the world will be one? One what? Uh, it's one world. Do I think the world will ever be one? What kind of dumb question is that? You said one race? You've been struggling with justice and judgment this season? Oh, really? Well, I think those things are natural. They happen naturally, so I don't think you have to worry about it. And even if they don't happen, then maybe they weren't meant to happen. You said too many forces stopping that. Who wants one world anyway? You want to go everywhere and everybody look the same, talk the same, smell the same? Might as well stay home. I mean, if it ever gets to that point, I don't know. Like, if you biblically, there's ways that people prevent those things from happening. Even in the Bible, there's rules and stuff. And even in certain religions and stuff like that. Oh, you're supposed to marry this person and mate with this person every other generation. They have stuff like that already in place to prevent that from even happening. And many people practice that. So I don't know. It's too ingrained in many cultures. People aren't ignorantly reproducing. There's always the counter of that. Now, it depends on which one is reproducing more, and also, other circumstance that control population. Um, and it doesn't matter anyway. Who cares? I really don't think it matters. I mean, people like, I don't really, when I look on social media, sometimes I see some of the stupidest groups, the stupidest name, like, I mean, the stupidest posts, and I just laugh sometimes because it's like, I really feel that it's just the amount of knowledge that you have that is really going to make a difference. Because people view you totally different based on what you know and what you don't know. Your color, your race, your color, yeah, they're gonna see that as well. But depending on how much information and knowledge you have, you still are going to be treated a little bit different than someone who has less. So that's how I feel about it. You're not arguing with nobody, and you're not arguing. Okay, yeah, don't argue with people. It's a waste of time. I mean, I see a lot of posts on social media with people still blaming circumstances for their poverty level that was over hundreds of years ago. So I don't know if that can be used anymore as an excuse. But hey, if it sounds good and people believe it, I mean, people are going to keep using the excuse over and over. So why not? If the excuse will still work, then that's why it's still being used. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm going to go now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I also feel if y'all had just tuned in at the latter part of this video, every book, oil, and stuff that I talked about is going to be linked in the description bar below. You can get my journals on Level Up Cosmetics / stationery. Just there's a link to click straight to the stationery if you want to bypass all the makeup and stuff. But if you like the makeup, definitely go get you some. I have these little cute makeup sponges, Level Up Coven. Getting ready to also have lipsticks and eyeshadows, Level Up Witches, for the fall and Halloween and stuff like that. So it's going to be fun. And I'll definitely show you guys when they get in. But for now, get your stationery, your pens, your journals, all that stuff. And if you are looking for the oils and the books that I mentioned, they are in my Amazon affiliate link. That's also linked below. So y'all can definitely find everything I talked about there. And I like to put some of the essential oils on and add my perfume to it as well, because it also helps the perfume last longer and it gives it extra property to it for whatever you're using the essential oil for. Would I ever do another Dark Lordism? I'm not no offense against anyone. I'm not doing any more collabs on camera because for some strange reason, it just never really works out for everyone involved due to some, weird thing. I don't know. I can't even explain it, but I feel that I'm supposed to be working alone at this time. How many marriage proposals do I get? I'll let you know when I get some. Okay. So, sprinkle. Oh, you're not asking me? Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I was going to say, I don't know marriage proposals. Like, why y'all asking me that strange question? You haven't seen Velvet in forever? Yeah, she likes to stay downstairs now. Where the food is. I stopped feeding her up here and started feeding her downstairs. So she likes to be next to the food. That's why. She'll come in here sometime. There's a fight in the comments. Oh my goodness, violence. I'm gonna make me some anti-negativity spray. Oh, you can also make that with the oils too. Like you spray your room. Like if you can't burn sage or whatever, you get the sage oil. Some people say, I can't burn sage. I'm allergic, or I live with people that don't like that smell. Just make you a sage oil and spray that stuff away. All right, I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.